West Coast Wi-Fi. Acquisition quickly, if you.
Oh, sure. Yeah, let's talk about good old Ookla and Ekahau. Ookla.
Yeah. Absolutely. So, as some of you may have heard, Ekahau was acquired last week.
Yeah, it was a very shocking news, actually.
Yeah. So what was it? Why was it shocking?
Well, we all kind of knew that, Ekahau was looking to be bought, but it was kind of out of the blue, and we had no idea. It was just like, hey guys, guess what? Ookla got bought by, or not Ookla, excuse me. Ekahau got bought by speedtest.net.
Yeah,
And
that's essentially what happened.
Yeah, and so the first thought was, one, speedtest.net can afford to buy Ekahau.
Mm-hmm.
And then two, it's like, oh boy, what's going to happen to Ekahau?
Yeah, and that's understandable, right? Because there's been, the wireless space has been full of acquisitions.
Yeah.
And some have went like really well, and the others not so much.
Yeah.
So there's examples on both sides.
Yeah.
And of course people are concerned because they care about the company. They are
Exactly.
also concerned that
Well, also
what's going to happen.
From a use space, it's like people have built processes and ways that they do things around using Ekahau, and if it significantly changes, they're kind of SOL as far as what they're doing.
Yeah, and for those reasons, it's understandable that there's some, concern and all this stuff. So, any questions you have, I would be happy to try to address.
So, what is going to happen as far as the structure of Ekahau and Ookla? Are you guys going to kind of merge into one company and everybody kind of falls in line? Or are you guys going to be left alone?
So on paper, of course, buying Ekahau means that we are now, in a way, an Ookla company.
Yeah.
And Ookla is owned by this conglomerate, J2 Global, and there's Ziv Davis in between and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
But so it means that on paper, we are now one company. However, the Helsinki office will operate exactly as it has until today, and all of our R&D is in Helsinki and a lot of other operations. Same with the Reston office that we have. It will continue operating just as before. And for the Helsinki office, we'll just recruit more people to R&D and stuff like that. But even that will happen slowly. We want to take our time, and we only want to find the best people. So things will. It's like business as usual on steroids.
Oh, all right.
Kind of a thing.
So are you guys expecting more funding, more dev time, or the ability to...
That's what is kind of the hope is, and what is going to happen is we'll have more resources in the R&D so that we can, we're going to come out with a lot of new products moving forward. So, they need to be built, they need to be maintained. We need to also keep building ESS more and more, our flagship product. So all that kind of stuff is going to happen, and the acquisition just gives us a bit more fuel to do all the things we need to do and all the cool things that we want to do.
Yeah, so are we going to be able to speed test from inside of ESS anytime soon?
I'm not going to comment on roadmap during these videos. Sorry about that.
There will be no roadmap in a car that's being recorded.
Yes. So, and Ookla is out of Seattle, actually.
Oh.
So they're roughly Ekahau-sized company, probably now bigger, but similar size. And what's striking is the culture similarity. So it's also about fast-paced, fun-loving, very relaxed. No focus on bureaucracy, but just get stuff done and things like that. So it's like the cultural fit is really, and the people at Ookla. So I've spent days and days both in the office and out of the office with their CEO and their EVP technology, and they're like really nice guys. They are techie nerds just like us, and you'll get to meet them. Actually, what says something about the acquisition is Twitter and CWNP conference, right? Those the EVP technology Luke from Ookla, both opened up a Twitter account and is coming to the CWNP Wi-Fi track to talk to you guys.
That's going to be really cool. Is he going to have a session? Is he going to take basically the Ekahau session that you guys are going to talk? Or is he just going to take a section of it to chat? Or
I just asked him like 2 days ago, so we don't know what's going to happen. I guess we need to, but that's a good idea. But also that needs to be asked from CWNP, because this is not an Ekahau conference. This is not an Ekahau advertisement that my speaker slot is going to be about. So depends on what the CWNP guys allow us to do. But it's a topic that's of interest to a lot of people.
If as a conference goer, I was given the choice. I mean, I understand that the talk that you were giving was picked and based upon the talk in itself, but it would be nice to see like 10 minutes at the end of your session just be given for...
Just so you know, CWNP, I believe, gave me 13 minutes. I give you not. It's like from 5:17 to 5:30. It's 13 minutes.
Wow.
So 10 minutes from the end of my session leaves my session 3 minutes.
We hear from you all the time.
Exactly. But
give me 3 minutes of Ekahau does this to solve this problem, and then Luke, what's going on?
Precise. But yeah, so
it would be, because I would definitely like to hear their thoughts. I don't think there have been a lot of acquisitions lately that are not how do I put this? Are bought, and I'm sure that they have a reason for why they were buying them, but they don't make it very clear. And so I'm very interested in the acquisition and the process of why they did it.
Yeah.
So, and what was their thought process? How does it help? How does it help Ookla?
Yeah. And, I can't speak too much for themselves, for the Ookla guys. Yeah. There's a couple of things that to me are obvious. One is Ekahau is a fast-growing, really profitable, healthy company that's market leader in their segment. So it was an attractive acquisition target for a ton of companies, to be honest. And Ookla they do network testing, right? Yep. That's what they do. What does Ekahau do? We do Wi-Fi testing and planning.
Yeah.
So there is to me, it's like there's zero overlap between the products. But with both Ookla and Ekahau, you get the performance testing, like generic performance testing done really well by Ookla.
Yep.
They have like thousands of servers around the world and 20 million speed tests per day. So they know something about the test servers.
That gives me some very interesting ideas.
I know, man.
About doing some things that could. I mean, if I was to give an idea off the top of my head, having some kind of little box that's running while you're doing a survey from your sidekick, so you get some true iPerf going on. Basically these guys, like you said, they know throughput. So it'd be interesting to see some local throughput out of them as well. That'd be some, I'm excited.
Likewise. I could not be happier about the company who bought us. So I think it's going to be really good, but you guys be the judge as Luke comes to the conference. He's now on Twitter as well.
Yep.
Luke Derricks. At least I follow him and you follow him.
Yes,
and he's tweeted a few times already, and I have retweeted some of that. So you'll find his. Are you guys
gonna have a booth at Wi-Fi Truck?
Yes, we will have a booth at Wi-Fi Truck.
Hang out at the booth?
Yes, all absolutely. Right. And Joel is gonna speak there. I'm gonna speak there, and that kind of stuff. So. Yeah, absolutely. And I'm excited, and I'm looking forward to the conference. And right after the conference, I'm going to the Ookla HQ in Seattle to spend a couple of days with the Ookla CEO as well as Luke. So
nice.
Things are starting to happen.
Very good.
Any other questions, concerns? The terms were not disclosed, so if you ask like how big of a sum are we talking about, stuff like that was not disclosed.
It's like, how much were you worth using?
I'm worthless. You know it better than anyone, right?
No, yeah, it's very interesting, and I'm excited to hear their thoughts. Because it's been, it's like talking to you and talking to a couple of other people. It's you guys are excited. I'd like to hear where their excitement is. What are they excited to see out of Ekahau?
Yeah. And some of that is like strategy roadmap stuff, and we'll stay classified for now, and it will, we will reveal it as we go, and we don't know yet. Let's be honest. And also,
this only happened last week.
Yeah, this only happened last Wednesday, and Chuck said the same thing. Chuck Lukaszewski yesterday that he wants to have some like private talks with us and the Ookla guys, because he has some ideas around.
Exactly. There's a lot of things that can be done with. You're taking two very different products that are in the same wheelhouse. It's like being able to test the entire line. You can get so it's going to be very interesting to see, and especially if Chuck is interested in getting some things going. That makes me start to wonder.
Yes, sir. And you know where the name Ookla comes from?
It's the cat. Yes,
it's the owner's cat.
Yeah. Which, by the way, it's the long press on when you start a speed test, you get some very...
In the iOS app.
Or in the iOS app. I don't know, does it work in the Android app?
I don't think so. Ano Harms, Aruba's head of APs, tried that, but it didn't work on his Android phone.
Just another reason why to move to an iPhone.
Yes, exactly. So really, really, really long press the go button in the app.
And you will have a very fantastic surprise.
Yes. With that...
Yeah, I think that'll do it talking about this, and we'll be back later.
Thanks, guys.